Hello survivors, and welcome to another DRG survivor video. Before we get into the video, I've got a little bit of an announcement. I did open up a Patreon recently, so the link will be down in the description. Please, if you guys enjoy the videos, if you want to support me off of YouTube, it's only $2 a month to support me. And we already have our first supporter. Thank you so much, Scott Rodel. I really appreciate it, man. Lots of love, and I hope you have a fantastic weekend. So let's get on to the video. The point of the video today is for us to play with 4 constructs or turrets. It is going to be on the engineer. We did land up getting a 4th turret on the gunner. At a level 24, he gets the seismic repulsor. So by playing on the engineer, we are able to get it with the maintenance worker. So that is the plan. Let's get straight into it and let's have a fantastic video. So the whole point over here is for us to get as much mining done as possible. So we need as much gold as possible because we are going to have to re-roll. The engineer does get a lot of weapons, especially when you are high level and you land up getting a whole whack ton of different things. So we're going to try and get as much gold as possible before we level up to level 5. Looking for a lot of reload speed as well because we want as many constructs as possible. So we're going to look for gold before we find anything else, and that's just going to help us get the turrets that we need. Hopefully we can get the seismic repulsor first. I do find it to be a lot harder to find than everything else. So if we are able to get it before everything else, that will be really good. Artifact wise, we're looking for scanners, so Nitro, Gold and XP scanner, and then we're also going to be looking for the fire rate, the ammo mag for fire rate. We'll lose reload speed, that's fine. I mean movement speed, that's fine, but getting the fire rate is going to be fantastic. You can see the seismic turret over here. It does have a knockback effect, which is really cool. One of the overclocks allows it to slow down enemies, which means it can freeze them as well, which is really handy. The electric turret can do that as well. The voltaic fence turret does do the same thing, which is really strong, and we are going to go from there. We do lose a bit of XP on the floor by doing this, by mining all over the place, but I think long term we actually do a lot better. And one thing about the seismic impulses is it does knock back, but the only thing is it doesn't knock back these green guys. These green dudes, they tough cookies. They do not like being knocked back. Everything else in the game, knock it back. These guys, they got no care in the world for you and your knockbacks. Alright, so here's the XP scanner. That is beautiful. I'm happy for that. Great. More reload speed. Fantastic. Okay, we don't need more carts, so we're not even going to worry about that. However, we can go and get the XP, the gold and the nitro from this dude over here. This little bug. The character even said, sorry little buggy. Alright, so over here, as you can see, turrets slow down nearby enemies. That means we are going to be able to freeze them if we get enough slow stacks on them, which is pretty good, pretty cool for us. And ooh, paint job over there, fantastic. We want as many levels as quickly as possible, so we are looking for those beautiful paint jobs as well. I haven't seen a lot of nitro anywhere, which is a bit of a problem. Nitro is going to be really good for us, especially when we are shopping. That's just going to allow us to get to the level ups in the shop. We've got a lot of gold, which we don't actually need, although we can get the pay to win system by using a lot of the gold. But I don't want to use a lot of gold just yet. I want to try and keep as much of it up and alive as possible, just so that we have the rerolls for the next turret. So let's go from there. We land up getting tank tracks, on the turret, which is fabulous. That is just completely broken. Having these seismic turrets follow us is just so funny to see and really cool to have with us. Level 14 on the first wave. I think that's really good. We can go and get, we can't get anything over here. We can get ourselves max HP, but we don't actually need it. So we're going to drop that. we do get the artifact for max HP, so I'm not going to spend anything over there. We didn't have Nitra for the upgrades, which is a bit of a pity, but I want to get as much gold as possible, and we will spend it, don't worry about that. We are going to be spending the gold, but I need it for the rerolls. I do want to iterate this, is super important. When you are at this level, you've got so many weapon choices that the game doesn't give you everything you want. What I think needs to happen is there should be more things locked to class specific upgrades, so that you won't find everything that you can absolutely have on that specific class. So if you wanted to play grenades, play with a throw arm driller. If you wanted to play with that, you know, and find less grenades on the engineer, or find less grenades on this person or whatever, because like the engineer, I can get 3 or 4 grenades, and I'm not going to play with them, and I'm going to get them when I'm playing on the maintenance worker, and it's actually going to be more of a hindrance to me, because now I need to use the grenades because I don't have gold, or maybe I didn't have the gold to re-roll. So it negatively affects us, and I think that's something that can really be bad for us in the long run, especially when we're doing like build specific things, or if we want to do things like that for videos. It's mostly just for videos. That kind of stuff doesn't really affect us in any way, shape or form when playing the game normally. But I'm sure even when you are playing normally, you do want to have specific builds where you can get them running to beat, like Hazard 5 or things like that. Alright, come on. What do we get? We're going to use the Nitra scanner over here. That's going to be fun. Squinties, I'm not really too worried about crit chance and crit damage. I think we're going to do more than enough damage to not have to worry about it. You did see, I think I showed you guys my meta progression in the beginning of the game. I was supposed to. If I didn't, I actually have 2 points completely filled up. So it's my damage and reload speed, I believe it is, that are completely done. And then I think it's the 4th or the 5th option, not the crit option, the option before that is also completely filled up. So really, really cool. We do feel the difference compared to when we first played or started to play the game. Ooh, the mining directive is so good, ladies and gentlemen. Do not get fooled by this. If you have those XP scanners or the gold scanners and the Nitra scanners, the mining directive is one of the best upgrades that you can get onto your turrets. Why? Because you get the free currency or the free XP that is farmed by those turrets without having to be there. What do I mean by that? If the turret goes and destroys the walls there by the HP, they are going to automatically be brought to me, kind of like if you kind of like a magnet. So as long as the turrets destroy the actual area, it will bring us that XP, which is really, really cool. On that note, it also works very, very well when you pick up the voltaic fence turret, because that also has a magnet upgrade to it to allow you to pick up all of the XP from enemies that are around it. So that's going to be fantastic as well if we are able to get there, and overclocking them is going to be fantastic. Now there are 2 options that I'm looking for on the LMG. One will be the tank treads, which will be really, really good for us. The other option is for us to get the plasma rounds on it. There's both options are really, really good. The plasma rounds are going to be really handy with the farming as well, because it's going to give us that much more XP. We landed up getting a magnet over there. What a clutch moment in the game for us. Do we have enough? Come on, please see. This is what I'm talking about. Like, look how many times we are going to reroll to try and get this last turret, and it doesn't even look like we're going to get it. Oh my goodness, if we didn't have like the 100 and so gold over there, we would not have been able to get that turret. So luckily I kept all my gold, thank goodness, because as you can see, we needed every last bit of it. And then over here, we can change it to the electric type. That's fine, gives us a bit more upgrade choices, and we would have had a legendary option there for gold if we didn't end up spending all of it on the re-rolling. So that's life, unfortunately. These are the sacrifices we have to make to get all 4 turrets in one video. Naturally, if I wasn't doing something like this, we wouldn't have gone and got all 4 turrets. We wouldn't have spent all that gold re-rolling. We would have just hoped and prayed. We probably would have gone for the breach cutter or anything else because we would have spent our gold at the shop. But it is what it is. Someone could say that we drew the short straw there. Alright, there's a big swarm incoming, so we're just gonna lock down over here just for the swarm. It should be over pretty quickly. We are relatively strong. The only problem is that the fence doesn't seem to pop up a lot. Getting the fence overclocked all the way to 18 is actually insane, ladies and gentlemen. If you guys thought the fence was bad, please get it to overclock, get it all the way to the final overclock, and take a look at what the option is over there. If you want to see, there is an actual DRG wiki, the survival wiki, which shows you all of the overclock options for some of the weapons. Most of the weapons, actually. I think the person doing the actual wiki hasn't unlocked a lot of the stuff. Over there we got 3 cases, so I don't think he actually, whoever's doing it, I mean, it's his community, so they're still probably trying to level and play the game. But some of the overclock options aren't there. I'm assuming it's because the person doing it or community members that are doing it haven't either unlocked the different options yet, so they can't put it on the wiki yet. If that's the case, maybe I can help them if they want. Maybe if they're watching this, they can let me know and I can try and assist them there as well. Why not? I would like for them, you know, I don't want to have to go to the wiki every single time, so it would be really cool if all the information I was looking for, like the type of overclocks you're going to get and things like that, to be in like a gallery in the game. Maybe they could have like a gallery that's going to allow you to see, okay, if you overclock this weapon, you have a chance of getting these choices, or you know, you have the option of getting these things on this character, this class, and just things like that. That would be a massive quality of life change for us in the game, and I think a lot of people would love to have that as an option for them. Let me know what you think about that down in the comment section, ladies and gentlemen. That would be really, really cool. Maybe if we all voice our opinion, the devs will see it and they will be like, okay, there's enough people, let's add something like that to the game. And I don't think it would be that difficult to implement, because all the things are there already. The game already has a check where it says, okay, you're playing this character, check, you can unlock these weapons. So now all we want to do is visibly being able to see that check. So, okay, we're playing the engineer with the subclass, these are the weapons that are available. It can even be in the character select screen before you select the character. Maybe it can be there where it goes and says, okay, you can go and get this character, and these are the weapon choices you're going to have when you play this character. So that's something that I want them to add personally. I think it will be really, really good, really good for us, and just a positive impact overall for everyone. It's not like it's going to make us OP or anything, it's not adding anything, it's just a quality of life change that is going to be massive for us. Alright, wave 3, we don't really have anything to spend anything on. We've got lifetime upgrade over there, which is actually pretty big on turrets. Getting yourself as much lifetime as well means that you don't need as much reload speed, but of course having the reload speed does mean a lot as well. And then I do see some nitro, I think it was nitro, either nitro or gold on the right hand side there as well, so we are going to pick that up as well. We can mine over here as well, because as you can see we get XP and nitro from it, so we are happy to mine. I was so focused on speaking about the quality of life changes that we didn't actually go and mine as much as we could have in the last run, although, you know, in saying that, there wasn't really that much to look for in terms of mining stuff, so there is that as well. Alright, that's just so good having these seismic repulsors. Alright, some more reload speed. We've got a shroom over here. We can go and collect all of them for the gold. There we go. I don't know how that creature over there was slowed, but for some reason it was. Who am I to ask questions? Alright, so let's go and get the bug over here. That's perfectly fine. There is some HP over there. We don't need it right now. We do need that juicy XP over there. We could hope and pray for magnets and just forget that, you know, all that XP over there exists. But I think we should make our way around there again. I think we're going to go back and get it all. There's just way too much XP over there for me to not go and get it. I'm sorry, that's a good amount of levels right there. Alright, reload speed, that's beautiful. Grabbing all this juicy XP. We can skip a little bit of it, but we need to pick up a majority of it, please. It makes sense. Okay, there's another paint job. We need to just stop blowing ourselves up. That would be fantastic. Running into enemy projectiles, that would also be really good to not do. But at least we made our way to the drop pod over here, so that's a good thing, right? And we got a mushroom. Alright, fire rate, that's good. The LMG in fire rate and having a plasma charge or being plasma is probably the best option over there. And then also if you can get the fire rate option, this over here, the ammo rig on it, it is just beyond amazing. We're in a bit of a pickle over here though. We did kill the green guy, so we're actually in a better spot now. But, ooh. We're in trouble. Alright, so I think that was the last exploding guy, so that's okay. We do have life over here, so I need to go get that immediately. Immediately. That means right now. Thank you so much. Alright, there is a lot of XP over here. Grab the damage over there. We're going to grab the LMG overload. That's going to be fantastic. We don't need anything from it anymore, but we're not going to re-roll. I could have re-rolled actually, or maybe I should have. I wonder if there's any more life anywhere around here, because as you can see we are very low on it. We can spend our 30 gold on the life. Maybe that's actually a better option since we don't have life. Getting that will be very, very helpful. We are going to pick up the gold here while we, you know, available for us. Why not? Didn't find enough mushrooms, unfortunately. Not the end of the world, but it would have been nice to have got it. Grab the damage over there, and there we go. Alright, 3 nitro off of a legendary. Please don't do that. Yes, it didn't do it to me. Alright, usually it does do something silly like that to me. Alright, slow enemies, or we can now pick up XP. We're going to pick up the XP. It doesn't necessarily have to kill the enemies. It just needs to pick up the XP that they would drop. That's just going to help us get those many more levels that we otherwise wouldn't be able to. And there is some life right here. We don't need the nitro anymore, so we're not too worried about that. However, it would be nice to get other things like gold so that we can spend it on re-rolling and leveling up and so on and so forth. But don't really need that stuff. We can actually just mine away at absolutely everything now because we do have the XP scanner. Get us those extra levels. We should be able to at least hit level 52 if we play correctly. But let's see what happens. I don't think I have a lot of XP modifiers either, so we might not be able to. But at least we don't get a lot of swarms happening right now, which is a-okay. We don't really want them on the final level, because otherwise we have to focus on that instead of everything else. Alright, it definitely makes a big difference to be able to destroy walls if you have the plasma turret. Without it, it feels very bad. You do need the plasma LMG for it to work really, really well and just feel super amazing. We've got the electric LMG, still pretty good, but not as good. That's level 48. Let's go get this stuff over here. give us some XP. Go for the mining over here. That's going to give us XP, Nitra, and gold. Or chance for Nitra. Fantastic. Oh, there was a magnet there. Actually, this is close to an overload, so tank trucks. Fantastic. I just keep saying overload. Overload just sounds so much better than overclock. I don't know why. But to me, I'm just like, yep, we overloading this level. Overloading this weapon. Alright, we do need to clear out all of these enemies, otherwise we're going to be in a bit of a pickle, especially when the boss spawns. We don't want any of these things alive. I think we're lacking quite a bit of damage. Not that we're lacking damage, we do a lot of damage, but I think we are lacking that like burst damage that we otherwise would have. I think maybe getting the squinties would have been a good idea, although we don't have a lot of crit either, so probably not. I think it's probably because we've got the tanks moving with me that it does make it a little bit worse. Alright, pop-up tripod is actually really good over here. The increased fire rate and reload speed just means even more turrets for us. I mean, just look how ridiculous this is. I don't think this thing's coming anywhere close to us. The only problem we'll have with it is if we do it on the boss, we can't just stand still like we are right now. So that's a bit unfortunate, but otherwise look how we just completely, utterly and destroyed, murdered that bug. Sorry for you, buggy bug, but your life is no more. Alright, I did say we'd get to about level 51, didn't I? Alright, we have a lot of seismic turrets. That's a lot of turrets we got there. Okay, we need to thin out this wave. This wave always gets me killed when we've got the boss going on. So we need to try and thin this out as much as possible, or just move away from them. That works too. And then we don't have a lot of movement speed because of the fire rig, the ammo rig that we picked up. Just drop all of our turrets down over there. That's fantastic. And keep moving. The LMG turret doing some heavy work over there. But we did manage to thin out the wave quite nicely. As you can see, the seismic turret does slow the enemy down. And wham bam, thank you ma'am, everything's done. And we worked it out. It worked out beautifully for us. Level 52 done and dusted. Really good. I really hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe for more videos like this in the future. And always remember, keep safe survivors. Until next time, cheers.